evening, Dr. Jones, my fellow classmates, and my special guest. I want to thank you for coming tonight. The reason I gathered everybody here tonight is I want to speak about the BullDog. Okay, so what do you think of when you hear the name BullDog?
Vicious.
Okay, does the name, how about the United States Marine Corps' mascot? Does that come to mind?
Yeah.
How about the dog from Tom and Jerry?
Spike.
Up. As you can see, I have Sadie here. She is my American Bulldog Terrier. Bulldogs come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. They come from, there's one in England, I believe his name is the Hulk, and he actually weighs close to 140 pounds. And he's about my size. Okay? Up, Sadie. Up. Up. As you can see, Sadie is well trained. She's very intelligent. She's eager to please. And she loves her toys. Okay. So, okay. So the reason I did this was because of Sadie. I wanted to inform people about how the Bulldog breed is not a vicious, even though it has gotten some bad press in the last couple of years. They're actually a very good companion. She's very loyal. She's very friendly. She's not cat aggressive. She's not dog aggressive. Weed. Come here, Weed. Come here. As you can see, this is Aaliyah. And that's Sadie's friend. Okay? Okay, Sadie. All right, there you go. Thank you. Okay, so the reason there are three things I'd like to discuss about the Bulldog tonight. One of them is the history and the personality. There's a description of them as the AKC standard breeds. And the myths there's myths that were used to increase the negative image of this dog that was created by the criminal element. And we'll get into those a little bit later and what research shows. Okay, right now I'd like to give you the breed standard. Sadie. 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 Come on. Come on. Sadie. Sadie up. That's good girl. If you notice, Sadie is... Come here. Come here. Sit. 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 That's good girl. Sadie is brown and white. This coloring is known as moo cow. She's about 70 pounds. She has small legs. She's a red nose pit, which means she has a pink nose, pink ears, and light colored eyes. These dogs were bred originally by Irish and Scottish immigrants. Down. Down. Good girl. That's a good girl. You are a good girl. Down. 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 You go, Cookie. Okay? And they were originally bred to be farm dogs. They have a strong prey drive, meaning they chase other animals, because that's what they were bred to do. They were bred to chase other animals away from the farms. The term bulldog comes from the fact that they were used to bait bulls. In other words, they were like the rodeo clowns of the farm. They would distract the bull while the farmer went in the pen and did what he needed to do. Up, 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 up. That's good girl. That's good girl. Sit. Sit. As you can see, Sadie is eager to please, and Sadie is easy to train. Okay? So, let's get into some of the things that I wanted to talk about. I have 5 references that we have used. The American Kennel Club, the ASPCA, the Dog Atlas, and the Origin of the American Pit Bull Terrier by Dr. Dieter and Dr. Keller, who's a veterinarian who wrote a book about how what this breed's health issues are. Okay? For the most part, this is a very healthy dog. They occasionally suffer from nasal allergies and skin allergies. They have very sensitive skin. They also are subject to hip dysplasia because they have such small legs that are bowed in and are thin compared to her girth and her body. They also have an issue with weight gain. They can have thyroid issues as well. So Sadie doesn't have thyroid issues. She's just well loved. She's a little overweight. Okay, so let's talk about the history of the American Pit Bull Terrier and the bully breed in general. like I said, they were bred by Scottish and Irish immigrants. The red nose was considered one of the premier creme de la creme of the dog breeds. They actually bred the red nose and the pink ears because they wanted it to match their red hair. Okay. These are actually very good dogs to have around children. These dogs, because they love people so much, they don't realize that they're not really a lap dog. So 9 times out, when you sit down, they want to be where you are. They're very social with humans. They always want to be around their human. These dogs actually are ones that will show you that they have their feelings hurt before any other dog. They're bred to please their masters. This is what their breeding is. Okay, so we're going to get into some of those crazy myths that people talk about these dogs. How many people here have heard that these dogs lock their jaws when they take a bite? Right. How many people believe that? That's good, because it's not true. There's no scientific evidence that proves that these dogs or any other dog on this planet can lock its jaws when it takes a bite out of something. Okay? So, another crazy myth is that these dogs are bred to be human aggressive. They are not bred to be human aggressive. Quite the opposite. These dogs have had a crazy history. They went from being on a farm to people noticing that they were courageous and aggressive, and they had a strong prey drive, and they would go after other animals. And that's how they became fighting dogs, unfortunately. That's how they had that part of their history that was negative. So people would fight these dogs, and of course, when you're reaching in to separate a dog in a dog fight, you don't want the dog to bite you. These dogs were trained and bred not to bite their handlers. That's where the saying comes from, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So, unfortunately, it came from that. But anyways. So, their description is they're anywhere from 17 to 18 inches high, on average, with the exclusion of the Hulk dogs, right? Like I said, they come in all bright sizes, colors. There's black nose, red nose, and then there's the blue nose. Pits and bulldogs as well. So, let's see. Okay. So, at this point in time, if there's any questions, I'll answer your questions for you. Yes, ma'am.
What is a pit bull?
There is no such thing as a pit bull. This is actually a slang term created by the dog fighters back in the 1800s. The American Kennel Club recognizes the fact that there are American Staffordshire Terriers, American Bull Terriers, English Staffordshire Terriers, and English Bull Terriers. But there is no such thing as a pit bull. Yes, sir, in the back. You had
how long does a pit bull live, and how old is yours? And then, what does the ASPAC mean?
American Society for the Humane Treatment of Animals. Okay. So, first question. My dog is almost 3 years old. She'll be 3 in April 1st. Second question is, they actually have a very long lifespan. They can live anywhere from 15 to 17 years. All right. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Are they safe around babies?
Yes. But of course, like all dogs, I would recommend that any dog has some type of supervision. Any type of supervision. Okay. And any other questions? Yes, sir.
And when you say back in the 1800s, when the pit bull, I know it's kind of like a weird question, but when they say pit bull, it says like they get their name from where they were fighting.
Right. They used to just throw them in a pit and let them fight. That was the term for the ring that they used to fight them in. Yes. Unfortunately.
What about the animals that were like abused, like that were locked up, had no food or water?
Okay, well, fortunately, people are starting to work on that, where animals are not being treated like that. Hopefully, by the end of the 21st century, animals will be treated with care and respect. All animals.
With most organizations like ASPCA and all that can protect dogs.
Right. But like any other dog, you know, to conclude what I'm saying, any dog, any animal needs socialization. We as humans need socializations. But a bulldog is particularly very social animal. And they can have anxiety if you're gone too long. They miss their owners, they get depressed, you know. They understand, you know, this is different things like that. So, but in conclusion, all animals need to be socialized. If you put a human being in a box for 10 years and just threw, you know, food through a little gap like this, when you get him out of the box, he's not going to know what to do with himself, right? So you have a dog that is just in a backyard chained to a tree, and it only knows that 5-foot circumference. If another dog wanders in the yard, or if a person, you know, like the gas man comes wandering across, that dog's probably going to be aggressive because it has not been socialized properly. It hasn't been taken out. It hasn't been let other people touch it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, thank you.